Well, there's a critical shortage of organ donors in the country right now. The Organ Donor Foundation says many people are dying waiting for organ transplants. Currently, there are about 4,300 adults and children waiting for these transplants. Less than 600 transplants are being performed a year.
Organ donation in the country has remained stagnant despite growing awareness on social media networks. Kidneys are the organs that are in demand. Others include livers, hearts and lungs. In the last 24 months, there has been an 80 to 90% of growth in social media and internet campaigns. There are 2 donors for every million people in South Africa, while in Spain there are 33 donors per million people.
Well, statistics from the Organ Donor Foundation show that the number of transplants is continuing to decline, with only 573 organ and cornea transplants taking place in South Africa in 2012, compared to the 724 in 2009. Graham Anderson, CEO at ProfMed, says it points to a need to establish an independent body to manage organ donation, which is not associated with any hospital or private healthcare group, to ensure that the process remains fair and strict protocols are indeed adhered to. Well, Graham joins us in studio now. Good afternoon, Mr. Anderson, and thank you for your time on the PM News Desk.
Good afternoon, and hello to your viewers.
Look, we want more people to come forward who are willing to donate organs, but more importantly, we want to make sure that those organs reach the right people. What are the shortfalls in the current processes right now?
Well, currently it's a very fragmented situation. We don't have a unified body who can coordinate the acquisition of the organs that we need. It's fragmented into the various hospital groups, various private hospital groups, and even private hospital groups, private hospitals within the groups. It's fragmented there as well.
Well, it's an idea that sounds good on paper, but who will foot the bill? How will we fund such a body?
Well, we need an independent coordinating body that will ascertain, that will create a list of patients that need the organs, and we will have to coordinate the acquisition of the individuals who will be having their kidneys removed or their organs removed in order to be transplanted. And the funding would be undertaken, as I see it, from the private hospitals, which are currently funding it individually, as well as the drug companies, which make profit out of the immunosuppressant drugs which patients that have transplants take.
From what you're saying, it does sound like we'll need a tremendous buy-in from the healthcare industry, hospitals, physicians, medical schemes, etc. How much of an uphill battle will it be to convince them?
I think it's going to be very difficult because at one stage, 12, 15 years ago, we had a body like that. It was coordinated, and that all broke down and became fragmented. And what we need to do is we need buy-in from all the stakeholders that you mentioned to buy into a single independent body, and they all need to be comfortable with the fact that their patients will be put on the list and they will get the organs as and when they need them.
Currently, Graham, how do we decide who gets on the donor waiting list for organ transplants right now? What are some of the factors one would look at? Okay,
I think that there are 2 issues here. First of all, as I said earlier, it was fragmented. So typically in one particular hospital, there'll be a patient that is waiting for an organ, a kidney, for example. There might well be an individual in a hospital 20 or 30 kilometers away who has died, who has a kidney which is compatible with that patient. But that patient that's lying in that particular hospital, the doctor that's treating him, isn't aware of the kidney that's become available 20 kilometers away. He's only knows about the kidneys that are available in his sphere of knowledge. So we need to coordinate that. So we have a single body that will identify where the patient is, which is the patient that is most deserving at that moment in time, and where is that kidney become available.
Thank you. Graham Anderson is the CEO of ProfMed.